Second sixth chapter, in the sense 7 to 12, discuss about Bhakti Yoga. Then 13 to 18 discuss about Jnana Yoga. So what is this Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga? So let us will discuss first about what is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga, Karma means activities. Any activities you perform, it is karma. It may be, and the activities we can classify into two types. One is good and bad activity. So one who does good activity, he gets his destination will be good, and one who does bad activity, he attains that bad destination. In the sense that we say, we can tell it as punya and papa. Good is punya and bad activity is papa. So we can classify into these two types. This is karma activity. So whatever activities we are doing, and how we should not entangle by this activity, and what should be done. Like whatever we do, either this both result we will get. One will get punya or we will get papa. If you do good activity or bad activity. So bad activity means one has to suffer. For good activity, one will enjoy in this world. In this material world, one can enjoy. So anyhow, these both are kind of entangling only. So how to come out? So one has to dedicate this fruit of that activity to Lord. So for example, you want to eat something. If you take that and eat directly, then that activity will not be punya, because even anything you take, it has life. It may be vegetarian or not vegetarian. So it has life. So it is, if you want to eat, we have to kill that only. If you want to cook, while cooking, it will die. So that activity, we have to make it spiritual. Generally, that's why in temple we distribute prasadam. So whatever is there, that we will food or some fruits, whatever it may be, that we will first offer to Lord. So Lord eats, then that food will convert it into prasadam. So that by eating that, one will not get either punya or papa. One will rather one will be spiritualized. His spiritual consciousness will increase, his knowledge will increase, and his consciousness will be purified. So like this each and every activity, how to change, how to convert, spiritualize. So how to spiritualize it. So that discuss about this karma. I mean, it's karma yoga. In this karma yoga also there are variety of karma is there. Is karma, sakama karma. So that we will discuss while we will get into the chapter. So this is about karma yoga. The next sixth chapter is discussing about bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga means that which we are performing. It is higher than karma yoga also and higher than jnana yoga also. This bhakti yoga. In bhakti yoga, we do everything for the pleasure of Lord, whatever it may be. I go for job. That is also a pleasure of Lord. It's not for my pleasure. Anything we do for pleasure of the Lord. So that is bhakti yoga. Then jnana yoga. Jnana yoga is a section. There are different kinds of people are there. One is this person who doesn't believe a form of God, but their only thing, they try to read more and more and more. It is jnana, knowledge. They try to acquire more knowledge, and there will not be much activity for them. In this bhakti yoga, there is full of activity, but fully for Lord. Like one will cleanse the temple, one worship the temple, one cook for the Lord, and one serve the like this. Many ways they serve the Lord. One like preaching, like now we are hearing. This is also a bhakti, because you are now took out your time for the Lord. Means you want to know about Lord. Anything we are doing about this in spiritual, that is bhakti yoga. It comes in the sense doing for the pleasure of Lord. So that is bhakti yoga. Then jnana yoga is just acquiring knowledge but not engaging oneself. The activities will not be there. They just try to read more and more, and they just increase. They will just acquire more and more knowledge. So this three section is there: karma, bhakti, and jnana yoga. So we will discuss once we get into the chapter. So before begin, I would like to tell one pastime from Padma Puran. Pastime means we say lila. It's something like story, but story is concocted or imaginary. But this pastime means it happened. So we say this as pastime or lila, we call it. So this Gita Mahatmya means about this Gita. One pastime we will discuss. beginning of one chapter. So this is for the introductory. So in past time it is. So what happened once there was one Brahmana. So there are, of course, you might be knowing Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya. So there are like this Varnasama category. You take this four type of Varnas is there. Four category of people are there. So the Brahmana is the greatest in the sense, very purified they are, means they do work only for Lord. So this one Brahmana was there. He was mostly Brahmanas take worship job, means they worshipping the Lord or teaching people, giving the knowledge to people. So these Brahmanas, this is the Brahmana job, and for that they will not charge anything. So Brahmana will not do this. He does this as service to the humans. So he will not charge anything for that in those days. And nowadays, that is the case is different. So they will not charge, and they give their knowledge, and their students, they will give them whatever is required. Means like someone will give rice, someone will give dal, someone give some wheat, like this. They provide the things to these brahmanas. So this brahma is very poor, and he will teach us. So once this teaching is done, he goes for uh, alms. Alms means begging, they say, not exactly it is begging. Those days, these brahmanas will go to home and they will just collect whatever is available. Then he will bring to home and he will honor this. Means they will they will offer it to Lord and they will honor. So he was going, it was his daily routine. So once what happened, before going, he always read Bhagavad Gita. So like this, he was reading. One verse he came across. That is, Ananis Chintayantamam Ye Jana Pariyupasate Teja Nityabhiyuktanam Yogaksemam Vahamiyaham. So this sloka is from Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 22 verse. So he was going through this verse, this Yogaksemam Vahamiyaham. When he came across, so this Yogaksemam Vahamiyaham means here Krishna is telling to his devotees that I will provide what you lack, I will preserve what you have. This is a slogan of LIC. So this slogan is taken from Bhagavad Gita only. So here Krishna is telling that I will provide what you lack and I will preserve what you have. So when he came across this, he was little doubtful. He'll provide what you like, but I am lacking. The Brown was thinking I am lacking and I am not able to get food also properly. So how come it is correct? So he was doubting. So he was thinking for a long time. Then he took pen. It's a red pen, red ink pen, and he made one cross. This is wrong. So like he made one big cross, and he went for next sloka. I started reading. So then he completed his study. Then again he went for taking alms. So home by home he was going, and that day he did not get anything. Nobody was giving him, providing him any food. So he was just thinking. He thought that okay, I am not get anything. It's all right. And so the Brahmana is there. Life is like this, that if they don't get anything, they will just fast. They don't worry much about their bodily needs. So they will just fast. So he thought that okay, today me and my wife has to fast. Upvas karna hai. So they will let us do fasting. Like that he was thinking, and he was coming back to home. So that time what happened, one small boy came. He claimed himself as his student, and he came and he went to his home. Before him only he went, and he took so many ingredients like rice, dal, sabji, oil, and whatever is required for eating. So much that in very bulk quantity he carried, and he went to home. He unable to carry only, somehow he carried, and he went to home and he called his wife and he told her that please take all these things. His wife was surprised. Who is this small boy? He looks very beautiful, and he is providing all these things. So then she asked, "Who are you? Why are you giving this to us?" No, no, I am this student of your husband. So I am just your husband told me to give all these things to you. And she was thinking, no, no, my husband doesn't have any student. Means like this, they don't bring up. So doesn't have any students. She was hesitating to take. She said, no, 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 please take it. See, your husband, I became late, so I was unable to come. One times he bet me behind. So shown behind there was one big strike, like somebody beat with the whip, how it will be like that, some big reddish color stripe was there. So she was surprised. My husband doesn't beat anyone like this. How he became so much cruel? Because she unable to think that whatever this boy is telling, she just agreed. She accepted because this boy was so attractive. Then she agreed and she took everything from him and she told that boy, please come and sit inside. I will make something for you and give you. This boy also went inside, that small boy, and sat also. Then by the time his husband also entered into house, her wife started chastising. How can you beat such a small boy? You beat in such a way that big mark was there in his behind. So she was so much chastising. He became very angry, and his husband unable to understand what is going on. Then his husband asked, "What happened? Why are you so much frustrated?" So she explained, narrated everything. Then where is that boy? That husband asked. So he told me she's sitting here only. They went and saw the boy was not there. Then he was thinking and he came to know that the person, that boy who came is Lord himself. Lord himself, Lord Krishna himself came. So he was doubting that verse, right? That whatever lacking, I will provide, Krishna said. So he's provided that ingredients, whatever is required. And he went and again he opened that sloka, that which he crossed, that this is wrong. That cross mark also was not there. So this Bhagavad Gita is why I told this past time. This Bhagavad Gita is, some people tell it is some mythological story, imaginary, something, some moral is given in this. Like this, many people say in many different ways. No, it is given by Lord itself. That's why this knowledge is given 5,500 years back. Still we are discussing, and still it is such a ever fresh knowledge, and it is very much important in everyone's life. When Gandhiji told that whenever I get doubt, I will just take Bhagavad Gita and refer some page. I will get answer for my question. There is solution for everything in this book. The one should not doubt it. So let us get inside this Bhagavad Gita. So ISKCON, like where everyone of you know that we are from this ISKCON movement. So in this movement, this Bhagavad Gita was written by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Means he commented this. Of course, there are more than 700 Bhagavad Gita is available all over the world. So Prabhupada given this name Bhagavad Gita is Bhagavad Gita as it is. In the sense, whatever is given by Lord, the same message he has delivered. He did not concoct it, because so many Bhagavad Gita, you see, so many different things are there. That doesn't improve one consciousness. Means one will not, after reading, one will not come to bhakti. They'll just read as a moral like that. So before we begin, I'll just recite one this sloka. सारथ्यम् अर्जुनस्यादौ कुर्वं गीतामृतं ददौ लोकत्रयोप लोकत्रयोपकरय तस्मै कृष्णात्मने नमः. So Saratyam Arjunasyadav. So this Krishna, he became a chariot driver of Arjuna. There is Sarathi, we say Saratyam. Kurvan Gita Mrittam Dhado. So he gave this Gita, Bhagavad Gita, is such a wonderful knowledge to everyone. Loka Trayopakara means this all is three world. Everyone this knowledge is Lord is given. So I am worshipping that Lord Krishna. So Bhagavad Gita, if you see, so our ISKCON Bhagavad Gita, you see, there is first setting the scene. It will be there. I think every one of you know. Otherwise, I will share soft copy with you. Your hard copy you can buy in temple whenever you visit. In this Bhagavad Gita, you see, first is the setting the scene. The setting the scene. This uh, content is not written by author. It was written by publisher. Actually, generally because this Bhagavad Gita, this ISKCON movement started in US only. From US, it came to India and many other places. So there, these people, here, of course, in India, everyone knows what is Bhagavad Gita, what is Mahabharata. So they have some knowledge. At least Bhagavad Gita means what, no, Krishna means who. They know, everyone knows. But those people, they don't know who is Krishna also. What is this Bhagavad Gita also, they don't know. So just in order to give them some knowledge that Bhagavad Gita means is a personality who is Supreme Lord himself, Lord Krishna spoken to Arjuna, and it happened in this war field. So in the battle was there before beginning of the battle. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge was given to Arjuna. So this context was given. So it will be clear those who hear about this, means those who read newly. For them it will be clear. Otherwise, somebody is taking Bhagavad Gita, the first chapter and first sloka, he's saying Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. So it is telling about the Dharma Kshetra and then Kurukshetra place, somewhere everybody came for fighting. The first verse will discusses means explain like this. As soon as they read fighting, first sloka only it is about fighting. People will think what is going on. Already in my whole life, this fighting only is going on. This book also about fighting only. So they cannot understand and they don't read also. So in order to give them some, there should be some proper platform. So for that, the setting, the scene is given, especially for this given for Westerners. Then preface. This preface also, if you see, it is explaining about historical context of the book. His preface or introduction both are almost similar only, but it is explaining about historical context. But introduction is context content of the book. It is discussing directly. It is telling about the content of the book. First, we will say preface. So if you see this Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada, when he commented, three times he commented this book. Unfortunately, first time when he commented, it was means that commentary was right. He wrote and he kept it that book in a table. So his wife took that book and sold it for buying tea. So then he was really frustrated. Again, he wrote one more time. He did typing and he kept all the commentary ready. Somebody stolen the typewriting machine also, and then that paper, everything, whatever was written also stolen. Then again, that time Prabhupada wrote. We can see here why he has to write three times this book again and again and again. This devotees, you see, they're only, as I told you, these Brahmanas, they will teach people. Their only concern is how to help these people. They are all suffering in this world. So even though Prabhupada went to this US at the age of 70, so at that time, this hippies community was there. They were really so much suffering there. That they have everything. They are not hippies means not beggars. They have everything. They are rich people also, but still they don't know what is the purpose of life. They just intoxicated always, and then they think through intoxication only one can live happily. Like this, many variety of concocted ideas they were having. So when devotees they means Prabhupada, they all hear this, they want to help really this humanity because they are misled. They're misled by this modern world that they don't know what exactly the purpose of life. Without knowing the purpose, they are just suffering more and more only. They are just entangling. So for that purpose, he wrote this book again and again, even though it two times it was once it was stolen, once it was sold. So that time again he wrote, then he was published. So when he published this book, that time nobody was ready to come because that time he was not so famous. On top of it, everybody was thinking whether if we publish, then we will get some profit or not. So many, he had some disciples that time, some handful of disciples. So they were assisting him to publish this book, but no one was ready to publish. Then that Macmillan company, from they got one letter from him. That Macmillan company, the USA, a very big publication or means company that. So once they got, they were very happy that let us we will go and we will make, talk to them, and somehow we will convince them and to publish the book. So they visited there, but they got some big disappointment. The purpose why they means from whom they got this letter is there was one peon was there. Actually, he wanted one Bhagavad Gita. So for that, he sent a letter to them. So they were really disappointed. But one wonderful thing happened by the mercy of Lord. So that peon, what happened? He was immediately means he was there. They went to meet him. That time suddenly he became very strict and he saluted at one person. So then the devotees who were there, they understood that. So this person is he is in some high position. Then they asked him who is he is a very he's a chief here, so he is very in high position he's holding. So they told him, when they told them, they asked him, can I meet him? They said, no, 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 impossible. It will take so many days for you to take appointment only. So it is not possible. So they were somehow they want to meet. But it happened so that by the arrangement of Lord, that person while he was coming, he saw that kind of this kind of attire they were wearing. So he asked, "Are you a Swami?" They asked, "Yes," they said. So then somehow he himself asked that, "See, we need some help from you. We are printing many religious books, like they are printed Bible, Quran, and Buddhist philosophy. So like this many books even, but Indian book also we want to book, Indian religion book like Bhagavad Gita. Do you have?" He himself asked. So they were very happy that somehow by the arrangement of Lord happened. And they told, "Yes, we have one Swami that he has this commentary." So they gave him that book. As soon as he saw the book, full commentary is there. Yes, they said. Then they agreed to print the book. But actually there were some condition. They told that like only 200 pages can be there. So that's why that book came first. Macmillan book was written, means Macmillan publication happened. So they published this book, but it was small and some part they cut in that in order to bring it to 200 page. So Prabhupada thought, okay, let it be, because we don't have any other way. So some books they book, but it became really very famous. Then after that, Prabhupada himself thought, and then why we should not print our books. We ourselves will print. So like that, then again Prabhupada printed with everything was included, whatever that part was uh, removed from this. So so this was this about this preface about it is given. If you read, I'm not reading in this. If you read, it will take some 4 5 sessions. It is very big. So I'm just telling what is given in this preface. Then let us see in an introduction. So this introduction is directly giving about the content of book, what is there in Bhagavad Gita. Of course, beginning there is prayer, and then how Krishna is supreme. Prabhupada is explaining. So amongst there are, let us see that how Krishna is supreme. That one I will discuss in between. And then this purpose of Bhagavad Gita. So as I told you that earlier, why Prabhupada wrote 3 times is Bhagavad Gita is just to deliver the human from nescience. Nescience means ignorant. So whatever one does any mistake, he does due to ignorant. Because he doesn't have that knowledge, proper knowledge. He doesn't have that real knowledge. So he does, like a thief is there, he's stealing. And then any people do any crime, they don't have that by if I steal, what will happen? Even though they don't have knowledge, also they don't take it very seriously, because it is not proper application is not there. So Prabhupada, that's why wrote this Bhagavad Gita. It will be helpful to human being. So it is said that this Bhagavad Gita is said as a manual. So manual, you see, any electronic goods you take, it comes along with the manual. So what is the purpose of this manual? So you see, like if you take a laptop. So laptop, there will get one manual. The purpose of manual is it will be written do's and don'ts. So what you should do with this laptop, what you should not do. Then it will work properly. We can keep it properly for long duration. So like this human body also given by Lord, and for that this Veda is given as manual. And in that Vedas, that extracted knowledge you see is Bhagavad Gita. If someone understands this Bhagavad Gita thoroughly, this is sufficient. So this is manual. So this manual is telling that how we should utilize this body. So what should be done, what should not be done. Everything is very clearly given in this Bhagavad Gita. So if one follows this, then one can use this purpose of this human life, and one can attain the perfection. Like prescription is given, right? Whenever you visit a doctor, doctor will write, so you have so and so such and such disease. So you should not eat this and you should eat this. Like this is prescription is given. So if somebody doesn't follow the prescription properly, then surely he will not get any benefit. So that's why this Bhagavad Gita also given the name as it is. Whatever is told, it is given as is without changing the philosophy. Many have changed, many have brought some moral from Bhagavad Gita. What Lord told, they did not give. So then about Bhagavad Gita is telling about eternality. If you see this body is not eternal, soul is eternal. So we are not this body. Generally, if someone asks, we will say, "I am so and so." If I am say I am Madhav Charandas. So Madhav Charandas means it refers to what? Madhav means like we take a person who is there, his name is A. I'm asking you what is your name, he will say A. So that name A when he got. By birth, he did not get while he took birth. I am A, like that he did not come. He just cried and came out. And then in between parents, they gave him a name A. Then he himself started recognizing, I am A, I am A. If you give him some name B, he will think I am B. So who am I exactly? When these questions comes, actually we are not this body, we are soul. But we recognize ourselves with this body. So Prabhupada gives some example like if somebody dies, people will sit around him and cry, you have left me, मेरे को छोड़ के गया, मेरे को छोड़ के गया. So why they are crying? Body is lying there only. What is the purpose of crying? Why everybody is crying? Because the reality that consciousness is missing, that is soul. So another example Prabhupada gives that like you see that person A is when he was small boy, 2 years old, his body was very small. Then 4 years he grows. Then 10 years, 15 years, he keeps grows. The body keeps on changes. But still he identify himself as a only. I am A, he will tell. If you saw him 2 years old when he was, then again you are coming after 25 years, you are coming, you cannot recognize only who is that person A. Then you go and ask him that person only. Where is A? He will tell, I am A. Yeah, I saw you were very small by when I saw you 2 years old. No, I am A. Then still because the body changes every time, every moment the body is changing. Every moment his body is taking birth and dying also. Keeps on changing. So you cannot see that it is changing in such a speed. Our eye has limited capacity to see this. So we cannot understand what is going on. Like this hair is growing, nail is growing. So it is growing in such a speed that one cannot see only how we cannot. It is not like that night I saw means yesterday I cut that nail and today it became means it grows this much long. No, it grows very means micro millimeter we say in that speed means it is growing in that height and it is speed also very speed we cannot see. For example, you see fan is there. Fan has 3 blade or some fan has 4 blade, but as soon as you switch on it's rotates very swiftly. That time you cannot see how many blades is there because our eye doesn't have that capacity. So like this, it is also growing. So that's why this body keeps on changing. The body has limitation, but soul still you identify yourself as that person. Identify himself as a because of the soul. Because soul is eternal. So that's what that wanted to tell about that eternality. This body, Bhagavad Gita is speaking about this eternality. Means sorry in introduction. And to read this Bhagavad Gita, how to read this Bhagavad Gita also told. It is not some ordinary subject matter. It is spiritual subject matter. So one should first hear this. And if somebody has doubt, they can surely ask at the end of the class. So this Bhagavad Gita, we'll go into the introduction. What this Bhagavad Gita is. This Bhagavad Gita is speaking about 5 subject matter. So these 5 subject matters are Jiva, Isvara, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. I told you a little bit about what karma is. So these 5 subject matter this Bhagavad Gita is speaking. So this is what we are going to discuss. So Jiva means soul. That is what we. There are. We will see what is soul. This thing, and then Isvara is there. Isvara is Supreme Lord Himself. Then this Prakriti is the controlling agent, who is controlling us, and time Kala is the one who takes the means who makes the everything like how these things are all changing, like we are growing, we are becoming old, our hairs are becoming white, our strength is going down or whatever, these changes are happening due to time. And then karma, I told you whatever karma will. So the jiva first part, we will take this jiva. So jiva means this soul is living in. So the soul is there. The soul takes it occupies some kind of body. It may be human body, it may be animal body, it may be aquatics, it may be trees and plants. In Padma Purana there is a verse, Jalajanava Laksani, Tavara Laksani Vimsati, Krimyo Rudra Sankyaka, Aksinam Dasalaksana, Trimsal Trimsal Laksani Pasuva, Chatur Lakshani Manushya. So what it is telling is Jalaja Navalaksani. There are 9 lakh species. There are 9 lakhs aquatics are there. So Jala means water. Nava Laksani. Nava means 9 lakhs. No, Laksani means lakhs. So 9 lakhs aquatics are there. Jalaja Nava Laksani. Then Stavara Laksani Vimsati. Stavara means plants, trees, creepers. This all comes under Stavara. So Jalam Stavara Laksani Vimsati. It is 11 lakhs. It is there. Then Crimeo Rudra Sankika. There are 20 lakhs insects, reptiles. There are 20 lakhs are there. Crimeo Rudra Sankika. Paksinam Dasalaksana. Paksi, you know, bats. Paksinam Dasalaksana. 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs bats are there. And Trimsal Laksani Pasuva. Trimsal means 30 lakhs. 30. So Laksani means lakhs. Trimsal Laksani Pasuva means Pasu, animal. There are 30 lakhs animal is there. Then Chatur Lakshani Manisha, 4 lakhs human beings there. Total you see 84 lakhs pieces of life is there. Padma Purana Shastra it says. So in this 84 lakhs body, the soul may occupy any body. So how it will occupy on what basis that we will discuss surely. So just I am giving a basic that how this is 84 lakhs pieces of life is there. And in this one body we are living. So now we are in human body, Manushya. So if you see in this 84 lakh species, the best species is human life, human being only. Why? Because this human being can question, he can discriminate. Discriminate is what is good, what is bad, he can discriminate. And he has more independent comparing to other living entity. And some more facility has been provided. So he can use the body properly also or improperly also. Other living entity, they are like programmed. They cannot think what should be done, what should not be done. They are just programmed. They do, but human being is not like that. He can inquire about self. He can inquire about God. So that facility is given in this human being, human body. So one has to utilize this human form of life properly. Then one can attain perfection. If someone doesn't use that facility properly, then one will entangle in karma, means this sinful activity. So the sinful activity, what will happen then again for that sin? Like sin means whatever you did some bad activity, for that you will get reaction. So for the reaction, we have to suffer. The suffering may come in this life also or next life also. So that next life, this reincarnation also Bhagavad Gita says that. Dehinosmin yata dehi kaumaram yoganam jara tata dehantara prapti dhirastatra namuyati. Bhagavad Gita second 2.13 the verse says that how this body is changing from one stage to another stage. Kaumaram. Kaumaram means small boy. Yavana. Kaumaram Yavana. So Yavana means young body. Then he will get Jara, old body. So this body keeps on changing. From one means small boy to he became lad, from laddie boy, boy to youth to bachelor, like this. Then he will become old person. One day he will die. So this body keeps on changes. This is also in reincarnation only, but this is internal incarnation. Means reincarnation is reincarnation is changing from one body to another body. So this is internal reincarnation. So when this body keeps on change from one point to next point, next point, next point, the stage will come that body cannot support to change to further. That time that is called death. So that time the soul will enter into another body according to the karma what he did, that good or bad activities. So according to that karma, he will go into next body. The body may be again human body or animal body, anything, even in worm also he can become, pig also he can become. So like this body keeps on changes and then that will go to next body, that is reincarnation. That thing will happen. So how, so we have to understand how to stop this. The cycle of birth, old age, disease, death. This four thing is there in this material where you take any body in this material, these things are there. So once you learn how to come out of. So this is discussing about Jiva. So that one truth I told means from that five subject matter, this first one is Jiva. So we discussed how 84 lakh species are there and uh, how they will enter into different, how they will attain different body, and according to that body they also programmed and they act accordingly. Like dog means bark, Jackal means wolf means howls. So like this, different body accordingly they will also do their activities. So on what basis they are doing when they are getting these bodies because of that karma. This is another subject matter we are going to discuss. So if you do good karma, so you will your destination will be different. If you do bad karma, you will get some low destination. So the karma is also we will discuss. So jiva ho gaya, then karma is done. Now prakriti. Prakriti means nature. So who is this nature? This nature is Lord's external is one of energy only. Lord's energy only. So what this energy does? See, this energy only is controlling everything. This whole material world, you see, it is controlled by means Jadalok. It's controlled by this energy only. Like we want to do something, but we cannot do. So who is controlling this? We will decide something. We will work hard for also that, but still the desired result will not come because according to our karma, whatever we are destined, that only we are going to get. Even you, how much you work hard, whether you don't so much work hard also, that whatever destined that one will get. For example, you see a coolie, he will works very hard, but his daily wage, if you see, maybe 100 rupees, 150 rupees. But in some places, some other like judge is there in a court, he just gives some statement. He hears both the party, he gives statement. So for that, he will get so much money. But this fellow was physically, literally, he works very hard. But the wage what he gets is very less. So this depends. This karma, this thing, this factor will come here. So this is second subject matter. Jiva, karma ho gaya. Then prakriti, that subject matter. That who is controlling all this thing. Then time. This is what time is discussing about how our body is changing, and then how this birth and death is happening. So this all controlled by this time factor. So if you say in this fourth thing, Jiva means above everyone there is there that is Iswara. This all different department. Like there is Prime Minister and there is Chief Minister, there is Collector. So like this different people are there, different department is uh, there. So like this Lord is there, Iswara under him. Many different other factors means different people are also there who is controlling some controlling agent, and then on what basis it has to be controlled also that karma is given. So this all these five subject matter we are going to discuss. On top of it, and this how this energy also control is, there are three modes are discussed in this Bhagavad Gita.
Hello.
So if you see this about these three modes, it is never given in any other religion. Cannot find in Christianity or Islam. Not much deeperly, very clear, precisely it is not given. But Bhagavad Gita very clearly it is given. So what are these three mode? You might have had these three guna: Sattvagun,
Sattvagun,
Rajogun, Tamogun.
Rajagun, Tamagun.
So in English we'll say goodness, passion, and ignorance. So according to that mode, people will react. So this mode also given by this energy only, this prakriti only. Because of that activity, whatever he perform, for the reaction, he will get a particular mode. So the mode is something like program, and then it will influence the mind. Then the mind influence the senses. Then the things will happen. So in this body you take, there are two bodies there. One is grass body, another means in our body only grass body is there, another one is subtle body. So what is this grass body? This grass body is made up of five elements: air, water, fire, air, Panchamahabhut, we say. And then within there is another body that is subtle body, which is made up of mind, intelligence, ego. Then within that only is there is soul. So how can we understand that subtle body is existing? Grass body we can see. This earth water is made up of, we can see hand, leg, eyes, nose, everything we can see. But subtle body we cannot see. So but still we can realize that. Like when you are sleeping, that time you will get dreams. So that time you will get one body. Sometimes tiger will be chasing you. You will shout and you will get up. Then as soon as you get up, you will see there will be no tiger or nobody is chasing you. But still, you got that feeling, right? Somebody is chasing you. Also fearful. It was sweating profusely, and you woke up. So that is because of that subtle body is there. So this These three modes influences the subtle body, the mind. So above the senses, there is mind. So Bhagavad Gita is speaking about how to control the mind, what exactly this mind, and why this mind is so much adamant. So one cannot control this mind only, right? So why this mind is so adamant. So this thing is also is discussed in Bhagavad Gita. I believe we will see that what is this mind, why it is very difficult to control. Even Arjuna admitted that I cannot control the mind. Arjuna told that I can stop the wind also. See, Arjuna had that much capacity, even he can stop the wind. He has that Sakti. He got so many benedictions from many demigods. So he got that he can stop, but I cannot control the mind, he said. Lord also admits that yes, you cannot control the mind, but still you can control by practice and sadhana. So that we will discuss how to control this mind and what is this mind, why it is so much troubling. Like as a student, some of you maybe I want to study, but the mind will be pulling you. Let us go and play game. Let us sleep. Don't get up early morning and study. The mind doesn't allow us. And we want to go and play game, then mind will tell, "Hey, tomorrow exam is there. Why are you playing?" So mind so much it troubles. So why it is troubling this, we will discuss later on. So we have seen this fourth thing. One more thing is remaining is Iswara, Supreme Lord, from whom everything is coming. So whenever we think, many people has the doubt whether Lord is existing or not. So it is simply an imaginary story or what God is there or not. It's a very $1 million question we can say. Everybody, even though some many people they go to temple, when it comes to temple, but still they have that doubt. Really God is existing. So further you see we have to immediately think God is there or not. So if God is, I am telling now God is there, I will give you some proof also. You see how this, like anything is there, any creation is there. Behind that creation, there is a creator. You can take, for example, this mobile is there. This mobile was created by Samsung. So in order to create, he needs such a brain that. So anything is this kurta is there. It was stitched by someone. You take anything behind a creation, there is a creator. Behind a artist, there is a artistry. Somebody has drew it, right? So something is going very nicely in the controlled way means there is some controller. So everything in this world you see there is so many creation. Who has created it? So how these things are all going very meticulously. Like you can see daily the sun is rising and sun is setting. Who has made this? It's not some automation process. Even though some automation process also is there also, somebody might have done that, right? Like ATM is there, automatic teller machine. You just insert your debit or credit card, you will get money. It is not whenever you want, you will get money. There is some limitation is there. And first of all, there should be some money. And that money has been put by some person. Behind this, somebody is there. So everything is happening, there is somebody is there. Reason, the cause. Who is the cause of all cause if you see? There is God will be there behind that. So as I told you, this creation, this whole world is, you can see, it is very nicely created. How sun rising and sun setting, day is coming, night is coming, and there is wind is there, and then rainy season is coming. So how this thing is happening? Scientists, of course, they may say the sun, there is what do you call that? Some kind of theory they will tell, of course, diffusion, this, that is there. They can give so many theories, but when practicality come, they cannot prove it. You cannot tell them the sun is too hot. Can you reduce the heat? Or you cannot tell that night time we don't want, it is too dark, we are unable to see anything. Better there can you create one more sun and put it in night? I had China, they are something trying like that. I don't know exactly what. They cannot either create, they cannot control, they cannot destroy also. For example, we don't want daytime only. Kill that sun. Means switch off the sun. They cannot make it that also. So how it is happening? Who is controlling? If you can give theory, so of course you should be able to prove also. Then we can accept God is not there behind it. But if unable to prove, then how it is going very exactly. So that one has to question. So this thing, this there is God, God. G for generator, O for operator, D for destroyer. So that's why I told that generator means creator, operator means controller, destroyer is annihilate or destroy. So these things they cannot do. Like we are getting old. Can they stop anything? No, they will bring some cream. Okay, you got some wrinkles in your face. Okay, apply this. What do you call it, that cream? Or there will be some face lifter. Kind of there's some adjustment only they can make, but they cannot find out the solution. People are dying. They cannot stop the death. So who is then doing all these thing and what basis they are doing, why it is happening, this all reason behind is there. So when you think about this, you will come to that uh, understanding that there is somebody behind is there, some super power person, means that personality has superpower, he is god. You will be forced to believe that there is god. On top of it, many scientists also accepted that something is there behind this, very exactly it is going. Even our planet also kept in that equatorial line very exactly. If it go little bit above also it will get freeze, it will come little bit down also it will be burned into ashes. So how exactly it is kept, there is some super brain is there behind this. So that is Iswara, that surely we will see also, that we will discuss. And it is discussing about Sanatana Dharma, means that introduction only whatever Prabhupada is written. I'm just telling that flow. Sanatana Dharma, which is unchangeable. We are limited. God is not limited. Sanatana Dharma means eternally existing. This knowledge you see, now only people are thinking there is God is there, not there, this, but it is eternally existing. God is there. Now people are losing their faith. But some 500, 200 years back, if you see there, everybody believe in God. That's why so many temples are there. They start their duty by going to temple. They visit temple and then only they will start their duty. So the Sanatan Dharma means unchangeable truth. And then this was discussed about in Bhagavad Gita, these things. And okay, their time is 7 o'clock. I will stick to the time. So we discussed today about conclusion. We'll see like what is Bhagavad Gita Visa, and Bhagavad Gita came from, means we took it from Mahabharat Visa, and then that Gita Mahatmya story Visa, and then we'll start setting the scene, preface, and the introduction. In introduction, we saw how this Bhagavad Gita is speaking about this five subject matter. So Jiva, Isvara, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. So soul, uh, Lord means about Lord, Isvara means, then Prakriti means nature, time, Kala means time, then Karma means activity. These five things we saw. And then we saw about how this, we just began that how there are 84 lakh species is there, how one is getting one body to other body. So behind there is karma. So there's karma who is acting that karma on us, that is Prakriti, above that energy is there. On what basis there is three mode is there, with the three help of the three mode that we are getting. Those things we discussed. And we saw about Iswara, how one can understand whether there is God. We will discuss about this matter surely, means in, in more explained way. We will see. I'll explain it later. Now, just briefly, I am giving some idea what this Bhagavad Gita is contains. So, if you have any question, you can ask me now. Somebody doesn't have time, they can leave. Any question, or would you like to pass any comment? You can surely ask.
Hello,
We'll stop.
am I audible?
Class has stopped. So, if you have any doubt, any question, you can ask.
Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, Dhananjay. Yeah.
Yeah, so we discussed the 84 lakh species, right? So out of those, the 4 lakh species belongs to human beings.
Yes.
So, can you please explain this 4 lakh species? Like, does this include all the demigods and
Yeah.
humans?
Correct. Correct. 84 lakhs, that 4 lakhs is human beings. That one we are category, we are living in this world. So others like demigod is there, then down you see asuras are there, and Satyayuga people, their yogis are there. So they have different types of body. You see heavenly planet body, they don't die only. They don't get old age only, but we get old age. Their death will be in different way. Immediately once that punya is done, they will just 1 minute. Okay. So they will not die like us, and they will not their body will not become old like us. Their body will be ever fresh. Their energy also will be always will be there. It is not some 1 hour 2 hour we work and we'll become tired. They won't become tired, and they can do enjoyment as much as they want in that body. They can eat 100 gulab jamun also, 1,000 gulab jamun also. Just I am giving one example. We can eat 10, 15. Then if we go little more, we have to go to hospital. So that's why their body is different. There are different type of bodies there. There is Gandharva is there. Their body will be very. They can sing very nicely. Like this, so many are there. There are 4 lakhs. It is said.
And
Any other question?
also, yeah,
Hmm.
also like I think according to the uh, scriptures, these species are divided based on the consciousness, right? Not based on the bodily features.
Of course. As I told you, that whatever action we do, for that we have to get reaction. Okay. Like you see, uh, like how we will be recognized to no, that example cannot be true. So why this different body is given is different punishment or different, like I told you, one did so much punya, so he can enjoy a lot. So for that punya he needs somebody, so he will go to heavenly planets. So one did some papa, so that pop he will go to hellish planet, there he will get such a body, that body will not die, but it will get pain. So they will, it is we had na, there is like 20 means major 26 type of hellish planet. One is Kumbi Bag. The Kumbi Bag they will fry, like how they are frying this non-veg also, like that they will fry. So we can think if somebody fried he will die, but that body will not die. That body can experience the pain, but it will not die. So like this, on top of it, in order to enjoy or suffer, there are different bodies given. So like you said, somebody wants to sleep more, polar bear body is there. Sleep 6 months, be in laziness, be in ignorance. Nicely you sleep. Somebody wants to eat meat so much. So for that also body is there. Take tiger body and eat meat. So different suffering and different enjoyment, there are different bodies. So like this we can see, means it is desire. What desire you have, that body you will get. So we can conclude that 84 lakhs type of desire can have. That's why in order to enjoy, means the desire may be enjoyment or suffering. So for that, 84 lakhs pieces also there. Body is also provided.
So, Prabhu, why these heavenly people are kept away from us? It is not easy for us to know these people. Like, even though it is mentioned in the scriptures, right? So we are able to see like animals who consciously are below us, right? But
Hmm.
people who are above us consciously, okay, they're
Hmm.
not easy. So they are not revealed easily to us.
So
So
like
why is it so? Yeah.
like
So
Yeah,
they're
of
I
course.
think yeah, yes.
Somebody is talking.
Yeah,
Take it.
like I was so like in
Want to get any
the
comments?
earlier, yes, yes, like in the earlier yugas, um, people used to have siddhis. So if people have siddhis, they could have they can travel actually to
Hmm.
other planets and they can see it. So for our normal eyes, we cannot see. Even if you see when the Lord was showing the Virat Roop, in that case also, he gave divine vision to Arjun
Arjuna.
because
Hmm.
normal material body will not be able to see the Virat Roop. So our body is not designed in that way. But if in the earlier ages, the yogis used to get siddhis, they used to get mystical powers. So using that, they could see other uh, demigods, or they could travel to their planets as well.
Hmm.
okay.
Actually, you
So
see,
I get this.
yeah,
I get
I
this.
would like, I would like to
Like,
add some
if,
points.
yeah, okay,
So, so you see that everybody, according to, like now, I cannot go and see Prime Minister.
yeah,
So Prime Minister has his own cabin, bungalow, everything. But my limitation is that only. On top of it, as I told you, different for different desire, different body is given and different place also given. Like if somebody did so much Punya, he takes birth in a rich family so that he can enjoy. So you cannot claim that I want to also enjoy, I can go there. So like this, they also did so much punya, they got demigod body, they don't need to come here. Their world is always, there will be so much happiness, enjoyment will be there. But here only people who has to suffer, they are here. So we don't have access to them.
Okay.
As Dhananjay Prabhu told also, we cannot see them, but they can see us. But in the previous Yuga, all they could able to see them also. Because people were very pious that time. They do so much bhakti, punya, so they can see. Even Narada Muni can see everyone. Narada Muni he went and see Lord also. He can go, he can travel. He can travel everywhere. So he has that access, but we don't have that access. Even though
But
if we see also, yeah,
so the chance to do bhakti is seems like by chance, right? So for those people, it was quite easy to know, the Lord exists and all. For us, it is like, it is a chance, and even if we get that chance, it is difficult for us to believe in it. So that is what my question was like, because when you have higher consciousness, it is easier to know things. But when you are in a human body, like such a human body, even though even when you come across things like these, for you it is difficult to believe because there's a lot of Western influence, right? We have started believing in whatever the Westerners have discovered, right? I mean, not discovered, whatever they have assumed, right? So in that way, it is very difficult to believe the scriptures, even though we know, right? I have known about Mahabharata and Ramayana since I was a child, right? But other than that, I was made to believe in foreign knowledge, right? So it wasn't until some realization I came to, because so many people go to temples, but they don't know, like, most of most of them do it because it is their religion, right? Because they belong to it. But then they don't know the exact reason, why is it, because this is the pure knowledge, right? All other knowledge is like below this. Okay. So it is very difficult for one to believe in the real knowledge. So that is what my question is. So even though Lord arranges for people to go back to him in somewhere, like, right, we have now gathered here, we are learning everything. But how many people do that? That is my question. Rarely 1% of the population, right? So that was my real question.
that's why everybody is not accepting.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why they are not accepting, but it is made so Lord's purpose is to take us back to Godhead, right? That is his purpose. He wants us to be with him, right?
Lord doesn't
But
interfere in one's independent. That one thing is there. Independence, God doesn't interfere. It is not like that somebody is loving you. Means you should not force, you cannot force them, you should love me. You should be very kind to me. You cannot tell them. That if somebody is like you have so much money, that's why I am superficially showing my kindness to you. That always I will be with Prahalad. Prahalad, you eat this, you wear this. I'm doing everything because of pocket money. You have good of so much wealth, so much property you have. So if I nicely be with you, then I can also get some. So do you like that love or like mother, father is there? There is very natural affection they have. That love you do you like? Generally we like that natural affection that it has to come on your own. It is not
naturally,
somebody is forcing you and bringing. So Lord also wants like that only. That's why he doesn't interfere. That is first thing. Whatever you want to do, Lord will facilitate according to your karma. That also. It is not that I can do all the nonsense and I can desire for good. No, that will not happen. For the activity, for the action, you will have to get reaction. That is first thing. And this bhakti, you see, as you said rightly, that it how much one has done, that sukruti is there behind. Sukruti means like somehow how one will come to bhakti is very difficult to understand. And like some
exactly.
devotees I have seen, as soon as they come, they will just pick up in bhakti. They'll just take chant 16 rounds and they will just come to temple daily, everything they do because that previous life they might have done, they might have performed this bhakti. So they are just continuing. This is what Krishna is also telling that. Neha Vikramanasvasi Swalpam Pyasya Dharmasya. So this Swalpam, little bit once does this bhakti also, It will be in their eternal account. But in this material world, whatever you do, crores of rupee you earn, and you may be PhD, and you are a manager or CEO of your company. But next life you come, somehow you got that knowledge. Yeah, I am CEO of this company. People will not accept you. You have to again come from this kindergarten. You have to study everything. So that is not possible. But
So
bhakti
it is like
accounting,
you have to have some qualification in order to believe
uh,
in it and then follow it, right?
one is qualification, another one is that
Yeah.
faith. You are now determined that, yeah, Krishna is there, he is the Supreme Lord, and then I have to the path in order to attain him. Means this world is one cannot enjoy, one will not get any happiness in this world. So the real happiness we will get in spiritual world only. So whatever I try is waste of time here. Means whatever I try to do is waste of time only. So better I can utilize my time in best way to do bhakti, and then little bit I will do also in this material while working or job, whatever purpose, studying, everything I will do. But main primary thing I will keep there. So how much you are determined, that much only you can advance. If somebody has little very light faith, then accordingly, how much you are having faith, determination, accordingly he will also advance and he will also come to temple or practice the things. Means he takes seriously. If his faith is not there, he will not take seriously. His desire faith is somewhere else. He may thinking if I earn more money only I can be happy. Then he will not take doesn't worry about that. So Lord also doesn't interfere, but he makes he gives the facility, doesn't interfere.
Yeah.
But Prabhu, here the comes. Am I audible?
Yes, yeah, tell me.
Yeah, here the concept comes is free will. Of course, many of them do not get the opportunity to learn all these things. Though it
Hmm.
is India, though it is outside India, considering
Hmm.
only in India, also many of them do not have this much of things. Means interested in this kind of things. First of all,
Hmm.
but still, somewhere like generations to generations, and lives are like eternity. It comes on, it keeps on coming, and even what we consider as there is a rebirth, reincarnation, everything. So in one or other birth, ultimately they will come to this. Means the
They have
river
to come
flows
only. There is
into
no
the
other
sea.
way.
Into the sea means ultimately the river should flow to the sea. So here,
Hmm.
maybe not this birth, maybe next birth they may gain. What we discussed earlier, like the punya papa whatever it is, like it is all filled in a bag, and it comes accordingly. And when the time comes, people has to consider it. So Prabhu, like I feel like maybe in our association only many people might not be considering this, but ultimately on some or other day, like some or other birth or some or other time especially, so they should consider and they have to go accordingly. Is it right, Prabhu?
Yeah, of course, as you said, that is the destination, one's destination. He has to realize it. But when it will happen, we don't know. But we can make a facility. As I told you earlier, why Prabhupada wrote Bhagavad Gita again and again. Third time it was, means two time he wrote, it was stolen and sold also. Then again he wrote that time. For the purpose is, the Bhagavad Gita is such an important book. Prabhupada has to, so you can see so many Bhagavad Gita book is distributed. Lakhs of books. This is the only book I can say, the book which got distributed. So every December we have this whole month dedicated for distributing books only. You go everywhere, devotees will be there giving books. They are giving chance. Come, learn about God, understand. Don't suffer here. Don't rot here. So that's why these acharyas also they tell that we have to give you knowledge about them. We have to try to help them. They are just in this world. They are thinking this is everything. But once you die, what? My family is not there. My whatever I earned, everything is I have to leave only. Nothing belongs to me. Came with empty hand, I will go with empty hand. So they
Yeah.
have that knowledge. So in order to help them many ways, like we give prasadam, the purpose of why they are building such a big temple, just we give an attraction. People will not go to small temple, some old temple. They don't like to go. Some big temple, some nice garden is there. These all facilities why they are making. Then they will come, they sit here and such. They may hear kirtan, or they may meet some devotees. Now I met all of you like that only, right? You came to temple. So
Yeah.
by this all the facilities we are making just to give them a chance. In this, who is fortunate, they will get. Who is misfortune, so we don't know. But as you said, any birth means they may get in some other birth also. There's a chance. That's why I told you, whoever your friends wants, they can also attend. So that's
Yes,
why
they
I
attended, Prabhu.
mixed. mixed both, some little basic also. Next chapter onwards, we will start properly. Like means I'll make proper schedule and step by step we will go. This introduction, some
Yes,
new
bro.
people will also join. So for them also, it should not be something very difficult. If I go start directly into philosophy, you can easily understand. For them, it may be very difficult. So next chapter also we will start by verse we
Okay,
will go.
Prabhu.
Anything
Okay.
else?
But Prabhu, if we go verse by verse, like
Hmm.
one day one verse, or how much were possible, that much
It
work we will do.
depends. Depends. Like some verses important, and we will discuss more. Otherwise, we'll go on.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay,
Two
Prabhu.
verse, three verse. See, it is this Bhagavad Gita book I am reading. I am third time reading. Yes, I am reading again and again. It is our aim is not to complete that. Our aim is to understand.
Yes.
You read again and again. You read for one time now. You read after 2 years again. You read again. You read one time. You will get one type of realization. It's
Thought.
not some ordinary
Hmm.
mundane subject matter. I know one devotee has completed 108 times Bhagavad Gita reading. And I'll tell you one thing. Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada himself reads his Bhagavad Gita. He himself told this Bhagavad Gita is the whatever commentary he wrote is it is given by Lord only. Krishna himself inspired him to write. So he never felt it as that something like I only wrote, I don't need to read the book. Prabhupada himself read this. You see, we will see now what all the such a wonderful knowledge is there, which is step by step, and how the connection we will see from this verse to verse. Like you read, na, you cannot understand it. What is going on the subject matter only. So we will see like the step by step and with the headings, everything. It will be very nice. So I request you to take notes. It will be very helpful for you. And you
Yes,
also in
Prabhu.
future, if you want to read also, it will be very helpful and the subject matter will be very clear. And where are you? What is going on currently? That everything will be very clear. So anything
Yes,
else?
Prabhu. Nothing.
No, Prabhu.
Can we stop here?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very
Hare
much,
Krishna, Prabhu.
everyone, for joining, for giving your valuable times. Thank you. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhu.
We should say thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.